Welcome to Coding Literacy Flakes 20A of 40. This is CSS Part 6, the Appendix. In the CSS Part 6, we looked at a basic magazine structure. Now I'm going to look at, for the Appendix, how to apply it to something a little bit more meaningful. So first of all, let's call up our previous, there it is, that's our previous CSS 6 attempt we did. And if we run it, this is what we get. And as you can see, it's not really what I wanted. Actually, I've made a mistake. They should be floating in the middle. And I discovered that I actually spelled margin wrong. I put R there. And save that. Then, once it refreshes, it floats in the middle. Good. Okay. So I'm going to add a little bit more structure to it. First of all, I don't want the white stuff at the back as background. I want black. So I'm going to add black to it. So over here, I'm going to type in black background. So I've typed in elements selector, body, and I made the background black. If I look at it now and refresh this page, I should get a black background. And I didn't. Okay, I did something wrong. Let's work out what it is. Okay, well, I didn't save it. If I saved it, that's what the problem was. I refreshed it, I get the black background I wanted. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to do is let's put in some more meaningful text in here. So the wrapper is the same as we had, right? We've got 1140 pixels, but I want to put some more meaningful text in between the left block, the center, etc. Okay, let's just do that right now. Okay, for the left center, there's the div starts there, it finishes there, and it added all this text in here. The table rankings, national, international, a paragraph break. Got 2007. I've typed this information in. 2008. I've typed that in. 9, etc. Okay, that's at a United's ranking so far. And if I save that now, right, let's run it. Now I want to see everything on the screen, so I'm going to shrink it a bit with the Control minus. There you go, just see what it looks like. And it's happening. There it is. It's a bit small now. Let's make it larger. So that stuff's happening according to the information I've applied. I asked for back here. Left to be 300 pixels wide. To float to the left, background needs to be red, and the text color needs to be blue. So that part's working really well. Okay, now for my left column, I want to add some pictures. I want my logo in there, and maybe an Adelaide United picture down the bottom here. So I've got to find the pictures on the internet and make sure I've got them in my folder. Let's have a look. Okay, there they are. So I'll put that logo in there. Right, got to remember what it is. It's a JPEG, I think. It tells me down here. PNG, so it's PNG. And I'll add this photo here. This photo is a JPEG. Remember what types of graphics. I'm going to add those two graphics. It's got to be in the same folder as your HTML web page. Okay, and I want to use those. Okay, let's just type them in. And here it is. I typed in between that left div starts there, div is there. I'll type in the image source using HTML now. Okay, source. I'm saying look for that photo and make it 150 pixels wide. Let's have a look at it. See what it looks like. And there's something wrong. Just check it out. Okay, I don't think I've saved it. There you go, saved. Let's try it now. There it is, my pixel. But I actually want that centered, so I'll put in center here using HTML center. Let's put the American way. Center starts there and it finishes here. I should center it, and I should save it. And let's have a look at it now. Refresh it. It's looking good. Okay, so what I want. And I'll put the other picture down the bottom here. So let's just do that now. Okay, I'll put it in there and I centered it. That's my next picture. Let's save that. Let's have a look at it so far. Refresh it. And it's looking good. Okay. And to make sure it doesn't run into each other, I might put a break in there. A break after that picture and a break after this. Just to make sure that we don't have text running to each other when we expand the screens. So that looks the way I like it to look. And I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, let's look at our web page so far. It's looking cool. Okay, we're going to type in the middle section. So in the middle section, I'll put some more information here. So there's the div start. They belong together. The column center. That's when it finishes. And I'll type information here. This should all go in the center. So I type in 2016. LA United won the grand finals, became Australia's finest football team. In 2016, they also came top of the league table, etc. Okay, let's just save that. Let's go over here. Let's refresh it and have a look at it. So that's what it looks like so far. It's looking pretty good. but I need a photo in there. In actual fact, I want the banner across the top there to be red as well, so I need to fix up my tag. I want the background in the header. Header's over here. I want a background color, background, to be red. RGB. Okay. Just save that, and I should get a nice red background. There you go. I'm pretty happy with that. It's looking good. Good. Right. Moving on. Actually, I want a photo in there, and I want the championship photo. I actually want this photo here. Yeah, that one there. The LA United Football Club 1 photo. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to set that up. Okay, I've typed in the image. Let's go over here. Actually, I'm going to save it first. Saved, and this will look what it looks like. Refresh, and it looks really good. There you go. Pretty happy with that. Right. Moving on. Now I want to add to the right. Let's add some information to the right. And there it is. LA United was the first LA team to reach Champions League, etc. I've typed that information to the right side between that div and that div, column right. Let's have a look at the results of that, and let's see where we're going. And it didn't work. I didn't save it again. Oh, let's save it. Sorry. And refresh it now. There we go. Okay. One of the problems I'm seeing is that it's really running very close to the edge, the text. It makes it very hard to read. So I'm going to add some padding to the properties here. Okay, so let's add some padding. Okay, now this is going to be important to do a bit of maths here. So I'm going to add padding to the left and to the right because they're running right to the edge. So if I go to the left, I'm going to add some padding there. There's padding. That means push away from the edge. 5 pixels. Now this is very important because these tallies, 300, 530, 310 pixels, add up to the 1140 pixels. If I had a padding of 5, it's 5 to the left and 5 to the right. I've lost 10 pixels. I've got to adjust this by 10, otherwise they'll flow into each other. So it becomes 290. Okay, and I add some padding to the right too. I'm going to add some padding here. Let's make 5 pixels again. Padding 5 pixels. Again, I've got to adjust this by 10. Bring it down to 300 because 5 pixels. So padding on both left and right, top and bottom. Top and bottom doesn't bother us, but left and right does. So we need to make sure it flows in. Save that, and let's see, the text should push away from the edge now. It does. There it goes. Push away from the edge, which is much neater. Okay, let's move on and go to the next. Okay, the next part I want to do is, if you look to the right here, I need some photos in there. It looks quite boring, so I'm going to get some photos in there, and I'm going to add some photos I've got here already. Some of these photos here to the to my web page. Okay, let's just insert them now. Okay, I've added one photo there. The photo, the LA United Football Club 4. Okay, you got to have these photos in the folder. If you don't have them, you won't see it. You add whatever photos you want. I've added another one, LA United Football Club photo 5, after the first paragraph and at the end. And if I save that now and go to my web page, so far I could run this and have a look at it. This looks like so far. So it's looking pretty good. It's getting better each time. Okay. Now, moving on further. Okay, I actually want LA United colours, which is red, gold, and blue. I actually want blue on that side. So I'm going to change my formatting to the right and make that blue RGB. So it's going to be F at the end. That's going to be blue, but the writing's going to be very difficult now because actually it's not background colour. I should have a background colour. Let's just change it back to what it was, red. Okay, now background color, background. Let's make that red. So that's not one blue. RGB. Okay, and that should give me my blue background, but with red text it'll be more difficult to read. If I was to save that now, there's my blue background. I'm going to change the text to white. So white is all colors are on. So to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So RGB is on, full on, and that should give me my white text. There you go, white text is happening. That's looking good too. Okay. Next thing. Oh, I just noticed I've got two backgrounds in the header, which is strange. The header's red. I want it red, so I don't need two backgrounds, but it gives me a yellow background. So let's have a look at this. Go across here. If I was to refresh that, it's yellow. And the reason being is I've got too many zeros. It's going to be 6 slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I was to save that now and go over here and refresh it, it's my red. Okay, that's looking good too. Okay, a bit more time. Okay, the only other thing I don't like is a personal taste. I don't like that centering for the center text, so I'm going to get rid of the center. This text aligns center. Let's get rid of that. I don't need that. Save it. And let's have a look at it so far. Refresh it. For me, that's better. Okay, so that's how you can apply your basic magazine to make it look like a proper magazine. Okay, just show you one more last thing. That's what it looks like. I'm pretty happy with that. But if I was to get rid of the CSS code, and there is a CSS code for remarks, it's a slash star that starts a remark star slash means you got to write all sorts of remarks in there to give you clues with your programming, especially when it gets complicated and it gets ignored by CSS. What I'm going to do is put the remark start there at the beginning of CSS, and I'll put one right at the end. It's going to be inside the style star slash. So that's a CSS remark. CSS remark means ignore everything. Save that, and let's look at the web page without CSS. Let's refresh that. That's what it looks like. This is HTML web page, same web page. All I've done is ignore the CSS coding. Now, if I engage the CSS coding again, I get rid of the remarks, and remarks serve a purpose for programming. Save that. Let's go back over here, and if I was to refresh that again, now that's HTML. This is now HTML with CSS. A total different. That's what CSS does. Thank you for watching.